Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to some more Anno Thyself in Anno 117 Pax Romana. Alright, let's make sure everything is working here. Hello, mate. Everything is working here. Hello, mate. Hey, right back at you, buddy. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Hey, Mauricio, what's up, what's up? More of Ham building the city of your first century dreams. That's right. That's right. I think if it was the city of my dreams, it would not be in the year 117. I think it would be in a much more recent time. The city of my dreams would not exist in any time period before air conditioning. I can tell you that right now. I would need air conditioning, or I'd need to be living in like the frozen tundra. Maybe not the frozen tundra, but a time of air conditioning. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you, as always. All right, we are back with some more Anno 117. I've been looking forward to this one. I've been playing a lot more Anno offline this week, so we're getting really into some more Anno here. So what do we have going on? How many islands do we have? I think this is our island too. So we have these two. And from what I remember, nobody wants to trade with us yet. Because they're all kind of just jerks. But it's okay. We're not bitter about it. Let's see. Yeah, we need to get a tree to go. Let me take a look. No, not here. What's going on with our diplomacy?
I wonder if we will ever see another bearded star.
Yeah, so we got this down quite a bit from last time. Hey, Furious Fox, what's up, what's up? Good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Petty. He thinks I'm petty. -40.
Aeneas was a pious man. He did as the gods
and contract shy. Okay.
And his circle.
So budding naval power. So I think if we build up some more ships, we can maybe get this guy. Very low devotion to Ceres. So is that who this guy likes? Okay. And then what about her?
Want to organize and go against me, against the greatest empire the world has ever seen.
And then what's her deal? Even worse. Defiant. Okay. But it looks like that's on a timer. No devotion to Minerva. Okay. So let's take a look at our religion here. If we can get higher devotion to Ceres, we might be able to get a little bit more contract there. Oh, we didn't pick a devotion for this island. But we'll figure that out. But not right now. Alright. So how many ships do we have? So we got 2 military ships. We got 2 trade ships. What more does that guy want? Now, I realize I don't have enough decorations around town here to really give enough. Apparently everybody cares about that. We're gonna do this little thing here. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Alright, so we'll make a little patio there. Let's put like a little fire guy. Okay, here we go. Put that right there. And then we'll line some shrubbery. Alright, how's that? That looks good. We got ourselves a little square right there. I guess I could have, like, built stuff there. maybe I'll learn to regret that. But apparently we need to put some of this stuff to get our prestige up. Island belief. Island prestige. Yeah, so we got a couple ornaments now. Let's see. We have this going on. We have that going on. Alright, what do we need to build? What are our pop needs looking like? This guy is good. What do the fancy people want?
Broken and for irresponsibly. Those mountainous heaps are a terrible sight.
So we can upgrade to the next citizen. Let's also see how everybody's doing over on our little island over here. Alright, we don't have enough stuff for them here. We have a market. We have another warehouse. So a tavern. No matter what time period in the world you are, you need a place to drink. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we'll put the tavern right over here.
Small fish, pungent sauce. My husband loves his garlic.
Alright. And then these guys, yeah, we'll let the tavern build things up. Alright, and we're off. We're unpaused. Away we go. Still going with the tea tonight. I think it's the last day of me really feeling sick. I think tomorrow... I think tomorrow I'll still be pretty sick too, actually. Kind of. But I think this weekend will be the last weekend of me being sick. Now, what do I have with trade routes here? What am I doing? So, I am taking clay and oats, dropping them off there. Then, why do I have it set up like this? Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have it set up like that. Oh, wait, whoops. Oh, wait, do you want to save your change before you leave? No, I don't. What did I do? Oh, I'm doing something there. I see. Oh, I'm selling clay and oats to her. Then I'm coming back to this island and transporting, okay, some hats and tunics. Fine with that, fine with that. One of our trades going around. Now, what do we have going on? Oh yeah, we don't have the Emperor here. Now, is there anything else we need to get with them? So we can upgrade to the next level of person. Oh, okay. Has improved diplomatic relations. Does that mean you finally stop being a jerk and trade with me? No. Budding naval power. How many ships do you have? I guess I could offer him a gift. Give you a small gift. All right, that got us a little bit of something there. I should have given a larger gift. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Oh, we're not researching anything. Whoops. Okay. So the warehouse thing, we've got that. Maybe that. Get a night watch, watchtowers, the cult of Minerva. That wouldn't be so bad. Oh, increases fire safety nearby. Let's get some of this stuff going. So let's do the warehouse, then the depots. Oh, and we haven't gotten to the other island chain yet. Sure, we'll do that. We haven't done any of this stuff yet. Maybe we should. Some slingers. Some repair cranes. Oh yeah, we should probably do that sooner rather than later. Alright, that's good for now. Alright, let's get the next... An Equus resident. Emperor Gaius Firmius Calidus congratulates you. In recognition of your achievements, you have been granted the right to settle territory in rainy Albion. A challenging post, no doubt, but clearly the Emperor has faith in you. At the very limit of the Empire, will you choose to impose the Roman template by force, or soften to local ways? Choose wisely. Chiefess Voada and her Scathic tribe set fire to the last governor's villa. You can now enter and settle islands in the province of Albion.
So you do have convictions of your own.
Now, so here's the new resident. So what do they need? This guy wants wine and cheese. Jeez. Look at this. This guy looks like a jerk. I'm letting jerks enter the aqueduct. Well, let's see what we can unlock with this guy. Wine and cheese. Now, I haven't gotten in the campaign yet to the point where, and I hope this is an aspect of this game, in Anno 1800, when you got to the New World, there were resources that you needed from the New World to bring back here, because there were supply chains that could only be completed with that. I certainly hope that's the case here. Alright, so I need grapes and honeycomb. What do I have on this island? Nice, I have grapes. Okay, so we're gonna need to build some grapes. Oh, what is it that we need? What is that? I can't lock a tooltip, so I can't look. Alright, it must be... Oh, here it is. Oh, concrete. What do we need for that? We need limestone. Oh, I got more people who want to talk to me here.
You can now travel between different provinces and at great speed.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm not really asking you.
Rome has decreed an expansion of the Imperial fleet to guard the frontiers and vanquish rising threats to the Empire. You're expected to provide substantial materials to this cause. So, 65 units of sails and 68 wood. I have an hour and a half to do it. And then I'll get Diana's lighthouse. Well, we can definitely do the wood. Imagine we could do the sails. Yeah, let's accept it.
Around.
So I need limestone. I don't have that here. And a sand refinery. What do I have back on our main island? Not here. I wonder if this is one we need on the other island. Oh, we have marble there. Mineral deposits. Yeah, so is limestone something we can only get on the other island? Probably, because it doesn't look like we have any of it here. I do like looking at this world map. Even though I think there's only the 2 places. Although I think with DLCs they're going to add more.
You Romans probably think this place is weird. All of that. But then if a Celt saw Latium, they'd probably feel the same. It's our home. It's ancient. Naturally, a Roman sees it running wild and wants to bring it to order, to heal. Expect a bit of resistance there, mind. It's 2 different worlds, sort of bound by fate, but divided in belief. Anyway, Albion knows how all that's meant to me.
Yep. England, just a little backwater.
Fabius Gemellus Corvinus, Procurator. You must be the newest governor. Mars knows we need help.
Yeah, sure. Alright.
Keep your eyes on the horizon. Leave the rest to the gods.
Somewhere, Praetor.
Alright, so this is our ship.
What could you possibly require?
So let's start sailing around. Oops, no, no, I don't want to do that. Let's find us some limestone. I guess I'll see how... Oh, send ship to an island. Oh, you know, I need to start using that. Create a trade route. Alright, so... Be very, very quiet. We're hunting limestone. Maybe we can speed it up a little bit while we hunt limestone. I'm sure everything back in Latium will be perfectly fine without me looking at it. No? There is something about this... There is something about this game, though, every time I play that I'm like, aw, this makes me want to play Anno 1800. Nope. Not this island. Alright, keep going. At some point in time, we'll find us some limestone. Yeah, go quickly.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Where? Beavers! Sorry, we're not looking for beavers. Although... what's this guy want? You've encountered...
Once and future king of Bretonnoch.
Oh boy.
Come to swear, fealty stranger?
You have encountered Ather Irgwin. He seems to be a proud Celt. How do you wish to respond? Yeah, let's be polite.
Conduct.
Whoa. You certainly got a bunch of stuff going for you there.
Waiting for your decree.
Alright, start going over there. Tell me I had limestone back home. I feel like when I figure out where this is, I'm gonna feel really stupid.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Okay. I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna find out if you find it here or somewhere else. Oh, it's in both. Wait, so... Alright, let's go back to Latium for a moment. There's got to be another island that has it. Oh my god, tell me I'm so stupid. I am. I just need any mountain slot. Unbelievable. I see, I told you, when I found out, I was gonna feel real stupid. Alright, where can I put this? Yeah, we're getting stuff out of there. Oh. I wonder... this is probably gonna be too far from the warehouse there, but we'll try it.
There are signs of public unrest.
Oh boy. I leave for 2 seconds, people. Yep. Not in range. Well, we don't need this warehouse to be over here. We can put it, like, right here. And... Alright, what does this guy want?
You decide than I.
Tarragon wants to claim an island. Choose View Island to jump to its location. Allowing other parties to claim islands limits your expansion unless you reclaim them by conquest. He wants to take this one. I suppose we could take this island. What would we be losing here? Dyes, herbs, saltwort, iron, silver. Yeah, sure.
I feel more generous towards you already, Governor.
Right, Governor. Alright, and let's take this island. Where can we land it? Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff over here. We got this over here. Let's land over here. Alright.
No fuel to keep the fire from dying away.
Where's all our charcoal? Oh. Oh, whoops. I forgot. We're still going fast. What's everybody's big old problem?
They stoned us.
Who did? Well, we got a workforce problem, but why is everybody so damn upset? Alright, well, we need more plebes.
Ilias, the cat that made me a free chat.
Garum makes for a broth a dumpling host die for.
Alright, let's upgrade more people here.
What happens in Taverna stays in Taverna.
What? So we have -1 happiness. Let's see, let's see. I wish there was like something to tell me why. Here we go. Island happiness. So we're at -37. The 8 buildings. So we're getting +2 prestige. We're getting -2 health from the nearby pig farm. Oh, so the nearby garum. Well, where could we put you? What can we put here that'll make people happy? I think the people crave the AC, it's too hot. Yeah, right. It's a bunch of people from the future. They're like, wait. I didn't know there wasn't going to be any AC here. Why don't we put a tavern right here? That's got to do something. Okay, so they're basically at a -4 happiness. The murder and poison. God, we have like 2 hours of that left. Alright, we'll come back to this. Because we had to settle that island over here before someone takes it from us. It's not here yet? Oh, does this place like pause? When you're in between places? That's kind of cool, actually. Kind of like that. Alright, so let's go back to Latium then. Of course, now there's unrest at the tavern. But why suddenly? I guess we could move the Garum Works. Right? Oh, we can't because there's unrest? Oh my god. Alright. What else can we put? Places. We can put a sanctuary over here. That'll give 1 happiness. Of course, all this stuff is cutting into my money. So now we're at -2. Can I just destroy it? Yeah, no, we can't. Hey, Jack, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? You're here in time for the protest against me. They don't like that life sucks at the charcoal burner. Alright, well, can we just make another one? Doing pretty good. Thought I would join this later stream. Nice, nice. Good to see ya. Normally a little calmer than the earlier streams. I know. Yeah, I know. I also prefer the streams that are a little bit calmer. Alright, maybe we can do this. Yeah, we'll put this here because I think that we're gonna be...
Fire has started in your city.
Charcoal burners can harvest trees in meadows rather than burn forests. Yeah, they'll be able to put these anywhere. How's Anno been going? Good, good. I was just saying I've lately been playing it a little more offline through the campaign and enjoying it. I do really enjoy it. Although I have to say, every time... Here we go. This will be a good one. Every time I play this game, I kind of start thinking, man, I really just want to play Anno 1800. Alright, so we now got some charcoal going. Even though this game is really good, and, like, it's newer, so the graphics are a lot better and everything, but there's still something about Anno 1800. Oh boy. Let's see, where's our guys? Are you guys doing anything? Where are they? Where's their little buckets and stuff? I tried the game. It was alright, but I don't know, something didn't hit me enough to come back. Yeah. You tried this one or Anno 1800? I think I just have so many games on the go at the minute. Yeah, I decided to refund. I might get a game in the future. This one, yeah. Yeah, if you ever have a chance, try out Anno 1800. Because that one is definitely, like, the best one in the series. And I think you can get it for, like, $5 on the Ubisoft store now. But I know what you mean. There are just so many games. I kind of had a moment like that earlier today. You ever have those moments where you're just like, you want to play a game, but you really just don't know which game to play, and so you're just stuck in, like, indecision for so long that you end up not really playing anything? That was me. Just, like, loaded up games, turn them off to load up another game, do like, nah, actually, maybe this one. Now, okay.
Oh, if you burn our hair, we'll never hear the end of it. You do a decent notice style, so stick to
Who's it tracking? This guy? Like, I really feel like... Oh, wait. Is that not... I thought this was the fire people. Is it not? I don't think it is. City Watch. Yeah, fights fires. Yeah, that's these guys. That's what I thought. I feel like these guys aren't doing anything. What happened to the little trucks that they're supposed to have and everything? Alright, well, let's start upgrading you guys. I get that in Victoria 3. Can't decide which nation to play. Oh yeah, I do. I do that a lot actually. Yeah. Well, like I'll do this one. I end up loading up a nation just to like look at all their resources and be like, okay, let me look at a different one. Yeah, I do that a lot too. I think the big expansion being themed around the military navy is looking likely. For Vicky 3, you mean? Yeah. Yeah. They've kind of been hinting at we're gonna be doing a thing about ships for quite a while now. If you look at, I forget what they called it. There's some video they did where it was kind of like a thank you to the fans for the year. Oh man, they burned the place to the ground. I built this to make you guys happy. You're now burning it to the ground. And they basically did this bit where one of the game designers was like, and here's what we're thinking for the next year. And then they put an image of like a boat in front of his mouth with boat sounds as kind of a gag to like block out what he's saying. So, yeah, they've kind of been like, we're going to be doing the Navy. And they've basically been talking about it for like a year on like all these lists that they do, where they want to make ships like a unit on the map that like you can sink and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Seems the free updates include some Navy, some Army. Yeah. Well, I think the focus is going to be the Navy, but yeah, you can't like... You touch the Navy, you're definitely going to be touching the Army too. But they want to come up... It sounds like they want to come up with a different combat system for the Navy so that it's not like Army combat at all. Did you see the graphic mention control? Yeah. Possibly some copying from EU5. Yeah. Oh, hey, Joe! What's up? I'm doing pretty well. Good to hear it. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, I didn't know what to make of that mention of control. It made me think of EU5. I'm like, I don't know if I want that. But there is going to be, too, a new thing about you're not necessarily going to just be able to trade interest groups in and out of government now without any type of pushback on that. Speaking of game updates, I've heard down the grapevine that Civ 7 has some very big updates on the way. Oh, nice. I gotta load it. I haven't loaded up Civ 7 in quite a while. I gotta give it a try. Because isn't it true now you can just play as one Civ straight through? Man, this whole little section here has become cursed. I think I put too many buildings around that are bad for everyone else. You can't yet, but that's something they're working on. Okay. That'll be pretty good. Ugh. Alright. Wait, Joe, did I miss an earlier message? I feel like I might have. I got so wrapped up in my civil unrest over here. Alright, let's go check... No, not this. Let's go check back over with Albion. Alright, here we go. No patron god. Alright, let's pick this guy for this island. And now...
Neptune's finest! Ready!
I've been playing some CK3 recently too. That was one of the games I was about to load up today. I feel like, I haven't played this in a while. Let me get that going. I haven't been able to go back to All Under Heaven. I need to get back to that. Alright, we'll try to keep... Here we go. 95. And then... make a little sawmill along the way. I'm probably putting EU5 on the back burner for now till 1.1. Yeah. I've been thinking about that, but I've kind of just been on a kick with it now. But yeah, I know, it's kind of like, oh, they're about to change everything. Maybe I should wait. But the heart wants what the heart wants. There's quite a few nations I want to play with achievements, but I literally just can't. But like, which ones? Which ones are you eyeing up? Holland is pretty much impossible in the current patch. Thank you. I've played so much Holland, and it really is, like, I thought maybe I was just not that good. But I'm glad to hear it's not just me. I really want to do a successful Holland run. But it is kind of like, no matter how much you prepare, you're just gonna get decimated by France. Yeah, France always attacks. The AI is just way too aggressive for it currently. Yeah. That's been my experience too. But it seems like such a fun small country to play. Because you start so small, but there's so much more you can do with it. What do these guys want? A market. Oh, we can't do that yet. Yeah, we need more people. Alright. Well, you guys chill like this for a little bit. Now let's go back to Latium. And it's annoying when you want to do runs and can't. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I also just am kind of tired of the cloud save problem. I still have that issue. I can't play on between this desktop and GeForce Now. And I find it so frustrating. Because I want to be able to like switch between. And I can't. And I just don't understand how they still have that issue. They said they fixed it in a certain patch, but it definitely did not get fixed in that patch. And if I download a mod to fix the AI, it disables achievements. Yeah. Yeah. And I find it annoying too, because in order to make videos, I like to, I sometimes will create save points in just offline runs I'm doing. So I'll be like, oh, that could be an interesting thing to do a video about. But I always want to play for achievements, so I'm always on Iron Man mode, so I can't, like, create a save point. Ah, we got repair cranes. Okay, let's try to set that up. Because that'll be a good thing to have. Let's take a look at our... Oh wait, what's wrong? So you are loading up garum from here. Oh yeah, because our garum supply chain has gotten messed up. Yep, so they finally just burnt everything to the ground. Why can't I do this? Usually you have the option here for instant repair. It's not giving me the option. The pig farm. The tannery. The render. We need all that stuff back. So the garum works. Let's not repair this. Let's make a garum works somewhere else. It's kind of one of the problems we ran into there. Yeah, well, we need to put it in a place where so if we put it here, it can reach the warehouse, and it won't affect anybody.
Your judiciousness.
Hopefully 1.1 fixes a lot of these issues. The game is like 90% of the way, being absolutely incredible. Just needs that extra 10%. Yeah, I agree. There's just like something missing right now. Some goods are in short supply and your residents are not getting what they need. Yeah, I know. As your population grows, you have to be mindful of supply shrinkage. Yeah, that's not what happened. It's not because of the population growth. It's because the population burnt the supply to the ground. Steady attributes, income, and workforce rely on production, keeping up with growth. The panel of your residents always shows the needs. Yeah, okay, we got all that.
Built with such choices.
Alright, so we now got the garum works over there. Now, why are you guys so damn unhappy here? Alright, let's move this guy over here. Something about CK3 just feels great currently. I think the game is in a great spot. CK3 is just a strategy game I can load up and have a good time. Yeah. Yeah, I used to be like that with CK3 quite a bit. And then as I really ramped up into Vicky 3 kind of became that for me. I can kind of just load up Vicky 3 and just jam on that. And that's what Surviving Mars used to be for me. Surviving Mars used to be that that game for me where if I didn't know what else I wanted to play, I would just play some Surviving Mars. But I have to say I have not played a lot of the new Surviving Mars relaunch. There's just too much to play. Hey, J-Makers, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see ya. Didn't Surviving Mars have a bit of a disaster relaunch? Oh, was it? See, I didn't really, I didn't really stay tuned into the reception of it and all of that. I kind of played it a little bit and then just, but I didn't have time to really dive in. I still haven't really, like, fully, dove in. Apparently they relaunched it to fix a lot of the bugs, but the relaunch had more bugs and issues. Now, to be honest with you, I think people are being a little too precious with that. The game, first of all, the game didn't have that many bugs to begin with. They had a very interesting video about that. They said that basically what happened is Paradox just published the game, and the Haemon Games is the one who made it, and apparently they had a bit of a falling out. It sounded like Haemon, whatever it's Haemon or Haemont or whatever it is, they didn't want to continue working on the game, and Paradox wanted something more. So they were going to continue it, but they needed to change like whatever the platform the game is built on. But if they did that, all the other DLCs weren't going to work. So they decided to just relaunch the game. And so to do that, instead of they just included all the DLCs on it. Apparently you had to buy it again too. No, if you already owned the game, you got it for like a much lower price. I forget what the price was. I think I paid like $25 for it, I think. As opposed to if you just had to flat out buy the game. So it was kind of like a new DLC in a way. What is interesting though is oh hey LaPlace, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. After seeing the car crash that was FM26 at launch, I am very careful calling a game buggy. I did not buy a Football Manager 26, but I heard it was awful. No, the only thing I find a little annoying about Surviving Mars and the relaunch is that if you bought the relaunch, it kind of like overwrites the previous game, and now you can't buy the original version of the game, you can just buy the relaunch. And why that's annoying is the original version of the game was available on Mac and PC, and the relaunch is only available on PC. So now I can only play the game on my laptop through GeForce Now and not natively. That's kind of annoying. It's like if you're not going to create a Mac version of the new one, at least let me play the old version on there. So that was kind of annoying. But I don't know. I remember I didn't keep up with like the Reddit on Surviving Mars after it came out, but beforehand I was reading a lot, and people were complaining about this relaunch before it came out, and I was like, man, this is why we can't have anything nice. Morning, how you doing? I heard there will be another shutdown. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I hope there will be. I hope there will be, because the shutdown will be focused around defunding ICE here in the U.S., and that absolutely needs to happen. A sand refinery. So, oh, requires codes. That's what I thought. Oh, I see. Let's put this here. I mean, it's Saturday, or I mean, it's sat at 60% review rate, so not too bad, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's a great game. In fact, I want to play it on stream here at some point. I just haven't found time to do it. It's a fantastic game. And I really want to sit down and dive into all the new stuff, because now they have like a Mars Council where you can like vote on things. It seems like there's a lot of cool new stuff, and it looks really good. And it's just a very addicting game. So, I don't know what everybody's gripes with it are, but I don't know what else people are looking for from Surviving Mars. FM26 at one point was the 5th lower game in the entire Steam library. 5th lowest rated. Oh my god. I just can't, like, so like I know a lot about Football Manager in general. I've been playing it for like most of my life, but I haven't really I've bought every Football Manager up through 24, But I didn't really play 24, 23 all that much. And so I haven't even looked at 26. What happened to 26 that made it so bad? Oh, actually, we gotta do a quick 90-second break here. Did I miss the ad break? No, I did not. Okay. Sorry, guys. Real quick, 90-second break, and we'll be right back so that we don't get hit with some ads here. All right, and we're back, All right, let's see what I missed here. How do you know Congress is going to shut down, only make that orange man do whatever he wants? No, he still can't. He can do less of what he wants, he'll have no money. They shut down because there's no budget. So he won't have any money to do anything. Hearts of Iron 4 has a few DLCs that were the lowest rated on Steam. Oh no, yeah, I've heard there's been that, and Stellaris I heard had some iffy DLCs. Or at the very least he can do something he can do. Yeah, I mean it's better than having ICE continue to roam around and unaliving people. Hearts of Iron 4 has been on a terrible run with DLCs recently. Oh no. Short story, they delayed, then canceled. Yeah, FM25, I remember that. That was insane to me. Redid the entire UI, promised everything. Yeah, see, I don't know what the release of 26 was like, because I didn't buy it, I didn't play it. Promised everything and delivered a game after 2 years where half the screens did not work. It crashed every hour at least once. They launched the beta 2 weeks before full release. The release patch had the patch notes, removed beta version from menu. To be fair, they updated during the 2-week beta phase, but the optics were just so bad, and the game was still nowhere near finished. As I said, they redid the UI, and for me, it just looks so off. It looks like a mobile game. Round edges, sliding transition. They also removed so many quality of life features they added over the years. No chance, Alyssa, of everything here. Yeah, I don't understand how you canceled 1 year's game, you have all this time to prepare, and you still don't have a finished game. And it's like, it's a sports game. Like, it gets released every year. Like, how is it broken, you know? I think in general it's quite concerning how much power has gone to the presidency since America's inception. It's been like a slow buildup of power going to the presidency since Lincoln. Yeah. Well, the United States has always been a struggle between how much power between the federal government and the states. I don't think the problem is so much power going to the federal government. I think the problem is, honestly, like, usually people, and this is my biased opinion, but people want to leave things to the states because it's much easier to manipulate a smaller political pool than a larger one. But then again, I'm generally for a larger federal government. But it's very funny because it's like, one party is supposed to be for smaller state level government, and one's supposed to be for larger federal level government. But both parties just kind of waffle between that based on what they need at the moment. And that's kind of part of the problem. Would the right minds play FM in 2026, an overpriced game of Alex Ferguson simulation? Man, Football Manager is addictive. I still say, even though I haven't really played it in some time now, Football Manager is one of the most addictive games I've ever played in my life. It definitely is. I just think when you look at history, Washington founded the federal government on the idea of not having much power. And if they do have power, it's always checked by Congress. No, that is true. There's supposed to be checks and balances. Even at the inception of the government, there's always been that struggle between power between the state government and power between the federal government. And that's also why we've always been a two-party system. Because there's always been, that's basically, in a nutshell, the split between the two parties from the beginning of our country, regardless of what the party was called. And what Washington wanted was to limit the powers of the presidency. The federal government refers to all three branches together. He wanted to limit the powers of the presidency and also limit the perception of the president, that he wasn't treated like a king. But, and I don't know, I couldn't tell you exactly what Washington's opinion was on federal versus state government, but there's always been kind of that struggle. They switched from their in-house engine they built from the ground up over decades to Unity, and it's rumored that they internally assumed that translating the code base would take 2 weeks. They were the running gag on programming forums for weeks. Oh, wow. So that's what it was. They switched the platform they were on. Oh my god. I mean, that's basically what Surviving Mars did. But I guess I have a little bit more sympathy for Surviving Mars. So they didn't end up like Football Manager.
See this Alva wriggle, little beauty.
Alright, we're gonna need to get more people here. If we're gonna get this. But whether it's Democrat or Republican, they've slowly given more and more power to the federal government. From the UK, it's quite interesting to see. I don't know. Personally, I feel like we've delegated too much to the states. And that's why you have, like, you know, so much, like, inconsistency in the way people are, the way the law is handled here. I tend to think that decentralized government is a warrior system more than an administrative system, which fits the Yeoman tradition Britain established to motivate commoners to stay commoners. I mean, here, the Prime Minister really doesn't have much power without being checked by the House of Commons. Yeah. I mean, essentially that is what the US system is supposed to be. We are in a unique moment here where our system is built on an opposing party checking the power of the other, regardless of what party is in power. We currently have no opposition party. The Democratic Party puts up absolutely no resistance and is offering no check on power. And so this is the result of that. The 1861 debate, if this debate wouldn't explode to civil war again. Yeah, exactly. Well, to my understanding, Washington didn't even support political parties. Yeah, it wasn't even his intention to have parties at all. That's true, yeah. He did not support the idea of political parties. Which, I mean, that's all fine and good, but there was always going to be, no matter what, like, in the end, political parties are just a collection of beliefs. Like, it's a way for me to be like, what do you believe in? It's like a, it's what I was saying, this is a term for the set of beliefs that I have, or the set of base moral values, not moral, but base political values that I have. Instead of going through everything one by one, do you believe this? Do you believe that? Do you believe this? Do you believe that? So I think in any political system, there's going to be some system of parties. So I think the idea back then of being like, we shouldn't have political parties, like, I don't know, I feel like that could work if, like, this is your entire country right here. Like, 8 houses. But you were building a country. Like, there was always going to be political parties. In true democracy, the balance of power should be held truly by the citizens to all 3 branches of power as an overseer. Yeah, true. And when people are more independent, they are wiser to govern. This collapsed in the 60s because Anglo decentralized governance is barely practiced anywhere else. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Presidents have been slowly giving themselves more power independent from Congress. I'm not talking about power to states. I think that, yeah, I guess in a sense, yeah. The presidents have been taking more power, but the point though is that, like, point being like, the point of the, like, Constitution and the system of government is that it's all fine, like, it's not all fine, but a president can try to do that, but they're going to be met with opposition, and they either won't be able to do it at all, or they'll be very limited in what they can actually do. But I think the problem is Congress, regardless of who has been in power, kind of, there's this idea that you go along with your president, and I agree with that to a certain degree, but I mean, there are times where people just kind of roll over, and honestly, I hate to be so specific about it, but I find that, like, the Democratic Party just kind of rolls over. The main difference in the US is that the Democratic Party will argue about what ideas are the best ideas and end up doing nothing. And the Republican Party will argue about ideas, but in the end, they all get in line and do as the party needs. And you can, there's problems with that, but in the end, that's why they get things they want passed. Or you could be Dutch, seat their prime minister or president. Yeah. The issue with it, though, is I think more and more people are coming to hate both of the parties. Yeah, I do. I think I think of everyone I know, I was kind of the last holdout on the Democratic Party. I've had faith for a very long time. I think much longer than many of my friends had. And my faith in that party was finally just broken. I just don't understand how you put up no opposition to this. I mean, if you can't oppose what's happening here, I'm not even talking about stopping what's happening. I'm just saying putting up some type of opposition. If you can't do this, like, what good are you? I mean, they always run on, we're not Trump, but, you know, in the end, you're accomplishing nothing. Alright, so we should have a good amount of limestone. Been kind of waiting for that to build up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And the sand refinery, we have that. So now... Oh, we need 10 of those little Roman guys.
It feels like it does you good to eat a sardine. My husband has no excuse not to wash his hands now.
Alright, so let's build...
My husband sometimes looks like a soldier now he wears his sandals.
Actually, does this have any area effects? Maybe I'll put this out here closer to this thing. Alright, so we'll start making some concrete. Now, what was it that I even needed the concrete for again? We needed... Oh, to build a vineyard. We needed some concrete for the vineyard. Okay. So when we get some, we'll send some over to the other island. Alright, let me catch up here, let me catch up. I mean, for example, every president up until Reagan didn't expand the White House without congressional approved money. Yeah. The Reagan was the first president to expand the White House without congressional approved money. Yeah, that's true. And now we have a president demolishing a section of the White House. Hey, Provide. Hello, hello. What's up, my friend? Man, this is the best watching Hamstream on a Friday. Yeah, that's right. Oh, thank you. Good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you. I have no idea who I'd vote for in America. I'd probably just vote based on my specific local representative instead of the party as a whole. Oh, there's one party I absolutely would not vote for no matter what. I totally agree with the values of the Democratic Party, but the party itself, no comment. Yeah. I haven't really liked either platform for a while. I mean, I hate it when people say, oh, there's no difference between the two parties. And I'm like, there's a clear difference. There's a clear difference. I mean, I still really dislike the Democratic Party a lot at the current moment. But the problem with the Democratic Party is that when they get in power, nothing happens, which is bad, but not quite the same as what's happening right now. So when people talk about, like, oh, there's no difference between the two parties, they're all bought and paid for. I mean, that's true, but the world and the country would be much different if the other party was in power right now. Now, that being said, they also don't do a good job. They don't do as bad of a job as what's happening right now. The two-party system failed, and they can't oppose Bush to invade Iraq or Libya or Afghanistan or Panama or Colombia, etc. Yeah. And the Congress suck. Can't check the president from ever invading another sovereign country. Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to have congressional approval to go to war, and between Venezuela and Iraq, clearly that isn't the law of the land. I mean, we can't continue to say you need congressional approval to go to war if we continue to wage wars with no congressional approval and say, oh, but this one was different. This is a different situation, and it's like, no, it's not different. It's not a different situation. either the law applies or it doesn't. So clearly, that's not one of our laws, even though it is supposed to be. And that's what's very frustrating. Oh, see, I can't move that over there because the warehouse is right here. So we're only getting 71% of the cultivation. I wonder if I move it out here, if it can reach the warehouse. We'll see. Although that's the same here with our two main parties, but we do have other parties I can vote for. Yeah. Yeah, here we have other parties, but I mean, I have my issues with that too. Frankly, America hasn't had an American party since before the 1960s. That was when we stopped being ruled by our people. LBJ was the traitor that had ended American rule. Oh, interesting. Why LBJ? Not saying that in opposition. Just why specifically him? Well, I'm not in the high ground in this matter with my country's circus level drama politics. Sadly, and I vote anyone can everyone suck. Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying before. Congressional checks over the presidency have been slowly eroded over time, not just by Republicans, Democrats too. Both have expanded the power of the federal government away from Congress. Yeah. Yeah. I do think, though, there is a little bit more hypocrisy, though, when it comes to that. And the Republican Party, since they're supposed to be the party of smaller government. The Democratic Party was always the party of bigger government, so they were doing what they said they were about. But it's especially funny when the Republican Party expands the federal government for themselves, and then when not in power, talks about how we need states' rights and smaller government. My spectrum of politics is neutral, and I constantly berate all factions because they all suck and are incompetent. Such is the world. Whereas I could never see that happening to the office of the Prime Minister here. They'd be removed immediately. Yeah, I mean, I find the British system interesting in that sense, that, like, I find it, like wild that the Prime Minister decides when the next election is going to be. And I mean wild, not in the sense like, why is it like that? I just mean that I'm so not used to that it just seems wild to me. But there's something, I don't know. They're kind of nice in the sense that there does seem to be more of a change of leadership in Britain. It's not a bad position to take. More biblical than many realize. The world is dominated by very evil people. Yeah. Yeah, right? I mean, it's true. To be the leader of a country, you have to be a certain type of person to want that type of thing. Like, I can honestly say, do I want to be president? No, I would never want to be president of the country. I would never want to actually do that. The required good can be produced at... Oh, we don't have enough people for that, but we can make tunics here. Okay. But definitely Republicans have done it more hypocritically. Even though FDR was a major turning point for expanding power away from Congress, yeah, this is true. Well, a lot of what we do here is built on tradition, which I really like. I love that we have managed to keep our old traditions in this modern era, like making it work. Yeah, I mean, I still think like the American system of government is a great system of government. Like, it really is. The foundations of it and what it's built on. But I think that's the thing, is that, like, it's a government of the people and for the people. And so the problem is the government is only as good as the people. And so when you have a bunch of self-serving people in your government, that's the type of government you're going to have. And I think that's the difficulty with having, you know, that thing they always say, like, a government of the people, by the people, for the people. If you're going to have a government of the people and by the people, you're going to have a government that embodies the true nature of the people. And we've only had a rich ruling class in government, and this is how it is.
Water, naturally. This may be worth your attention.
You know, okay, actually I'm going to look at this. I haven't actually built an aqueduct yet in the game. To distribute water, you need an aqueduct source in a mountain slot, the aqueduct itself, and also an aqueduct cistern that will distribute the water to its vicinity. The water can only be distributed downhill. Choose a mountain slot high enough to transport the water to the lower part of the island. Water is a limited resource. All buildings around a cistern benefiting from the aqueduct will consume water. Check the aqueduct menu where you can manage water consumption. Interesting. So are they saying we need water for all these people?
It gives me peace of mind that my husband wears a warm hat.
Yeah.
Even if I only buy some carrot at the market, I'm buying it for me.
Alright, there we go. Well, that's called politics, Ham. They promise something, but do the other thing. Politicians stay in their mouth. There'll be less drama and more working. Yeah, but I do think there's some personal responsibility for people, too. I mean, people don't stay engaged in politics enough. People can get away with things because people aren't paying attention. I think it's just a specific date of the election, and it's 4 or 5 years max term length in between election. Oh wait, sorry, Super Frank. What do you mean in response to what? It's just the specific date of the election. For example, our members of parliament are still banned from resigning. It's against the law to resign from parliament? I did not know that. Really? Wow. That's interesting. So when they do resign, the chancellor appoints them as the crown steward and bailiff of the manor of Northstead, because this is a position directly under the king. They are fired from being a member of parliament. The position means nothing, has no responsibilities and no pay, but it's just a tradition we have kept. Oh, that's interesting. I've concluded the representative government in general was never more than just theatrics. The Greeks loved the theater for a reason, and Athens invented the concept of democratic deception. You said that the Prime Minister decides when the UK holds an election. Oh, I see, yeah. So I think it's just a specific date of the election, and it's 4 or 5 years max term length. Oh, that's right, yeah. That's right, so they can choose the date of the election, but it has to be within a certain time frame, right? Yeah. Because you aren't allowed to be a member of Parliament if you work directly for the king. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, representative democracy, though, like, it has to be that way, right? Like, I don't have time to really decide on things and to vote on everything, right? Like, what should specific tax dollars be spent on? Like, I also have to teach classes all week and get my kids to school. Like, it has to be a representative democracy simply for the fact that we need somebody whose full-time dedicated job is making the government work. I do think in general, oh, here we got like 7 concrete now, so now we can move this around. I mean, there is this idea like, oh, everybody sucks in government, and that is kind of true to a certain extent. But I do kind of feel like part of the problem is like, as a populace, we also just don't pay attention enough. Like, for example, I remember when Biden ordered that withdrawal from Afghanistan, and it was done so poorly, and I remember people being like, God, why are we still in Afghanistan? How are things this bad? Blah, blah, blah. And it was people that I knew back when the invasion of Iraq first happened. I was like, you know, we have to like go protest this. We have to do something about this. And they just couldn't care less. They were like, I don't really care. And now that shit has hit the fan, they're like, oh my God, things are awful. How could it get this way? It got that way because you didn't care about it when it happened. Like, you didn't go vote. Like, you didn't actually vote at that time. So there is a little bit of personal responsibility, I feel like, that generally there's not enough people engaged in their government. They are allowed to resign because they use that position as a workaround to let them resign. Yeah, but it's technically still against the law from the 1600s. That's interesting. I love that, actually. They would get put in timeout, basically. The prime minister can call an election whenever they want, because the tradition is that they ask the monarch to disband the parliament for a new election. But this updated for the modern day, so it has to be within 5 years of the last election. Yeah. There's a debate that compares, do you want to live under benevolent dictator, a very flawed democracy that always picked the bad guy? Yeah, but I feel like, though, that's a false choice. Like, here's the other thing, right? And I guess I'm talking specifically about the United States in this next comment, but I have a feeling this probably applies to many places and things, right? People here in the U.S. will like talk about the presidential election and be like, everybody sucks. All the candidates suck. That's why I'm not engaged, because all the candidates suck. And I'm like, okay, so who did you vote for, like for mayor or for the state assembly? They're like, oh, I don't vote in that stuff. And I'm like, well, that's why everybody who gets to the presidency sucks. Because if you want somebody good, you have to like nurture that candidate from when they start and vote them all the way up and all the way through. But if you're not supporting somebody at the very beginning, you're just going to get whoever was able to cut their way through everything. It's kind of like when people here talk about we need a political revolution, but like, they don't know who their local representatives are. They don't know the district number that they vote in. It's like, you don't know who your local assemblyman is, but you want a political revolution, and then you wonder why everybody in the presidential election sucks, right? Like, you have to vote in all of the elections, in the local elections. Support the people locally who you find to actually be good and help them get through until they get to that higher position. Otherwise, the people who get through to those higher positions are the people who, had to make certain deals in order to get by and get there.
Neptune's finest! Ready!
But the thing is, I like that we still have these traditions. I really do like that we try to preserve them as best we can. Yeah, I agree. I think there is something... I think there's something nice about that. Like, I think a government, every country's government should be unique to the place and the people, right? Like, there shouldn't be, like, a cookie-cutter similar government in places. Because, again, if a government is by the people for the people, it should reflect the people of that place. In democracy, at least, nobody can be blamed but themselves. It's not that people like Trump. probably etc. or what represented by the majority, but what people can be removed with people of power to impeach them. Yeah. Man, you guys have great takes. Hammond chatters. Ah, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, we usually have some good debates here. I think we got like kind of a worldly audience in our chat, so I think we get a lot of good you know, different perspectives. It's funny to me how America is celebrating the 250th anniversary. Meanwhile, we're celebrating our 1099th birthday. I like that we keep these old traditions. Yeah, I know, right? And I think there's something kind of cool in both of that. Like, I can see how, like, somebody who's British taking pride in how old the country is and stuff like that. I could totally get that. But for me too, I kind of take pride in how young our country is. Like, wow, 250 years, that's kind of nothing. Like, we're still kind of on the ground floor. It's not an accident that the US was relatively sparsely populated until the 1960s. America was committed to the values when they retained the commitment to the ideology. 60s changed it completely. Now that we're in top 5/10 in total population, we've become a mass movement politics empire, just like all the others. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Non sequitur. Where am I going to put this vineyard? I don't want to interfere with this. I guess maybe I can run a road out this way. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put the vineyard here.
We simple folks, we don't have much to offer.
There we go. This is like our agricultural section of the island. I just like that our democracy works around our old traditions. We haven't gotten rid of our old traditions just because they don't fit a modern-day democracy. We just make them ceremonial with no power so we can preserve them. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think that's kind of cool too, actually. Because again, it's unique to your country.
What do we do, Gov?
Several Liberty have come to plead their case. They accuse their Vilicius of treating them worse than slaves, making them toil before dawn and past sunset. They demand compensation and a new Vilicius. You know the Vilicius in question. He recently offered you a hefty bribe, and compensating his workers will be costly. We'll get 4 hours of +1 happiness. All buildings on the island. Actually, that's not bad. Take the bribe. Yeah, we don't need the money that bad. Well, yeah, we just get 5,000 coins. No. No, we'll take this. Alright. Alright. That sounds very Roman. The power of democracy failed when the democracy became corrupt. For example, the rise of Mussolini, yeah, and the fall of the Weimar Republic. Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of old traditions. My local pub is older than your country. Yeah, I know, right? Man, I heard, I did grad school at Columbia University, and I knew I was going to be at a really pretentious place when orientation at Columbia University, they say, one of the first things they said was, you are about to embark, you're about to begin at a university that is older than the country it exists in. And I was like, oh my god. Even Mussolini boldly claimed that, I'm here, you can take me out of office, but you all have to be afraid to do it, something like that. Yeah. I think it's weird in Europe, although a lot of our countries have done some terrible things historically. I still think we should be proud of our extensive history while acknowledging some of the things we did was bad. Yeah, I agree. I think you can... I mean, that's the thing. I think you can have, like, pride in your country because it represents just your home, your family, your background, and still criticize your country and the things that it's done. I think some people don't, like, kind of conflate the two things. Like, how can you have pride in a place that you're criticizing? And it's like... You're prideful in your home. You can be critical of the government. Alright, so yeah, now we get this aqueduct. Ooh, a theater. You know I gotta build that. Alright. The apiary. Yeah, so now. So now I need to make sure that other trade I was doing with this island, we send some grapes over. So this is Argentum. So Argentum... I'm loading up sardines here. Do I really need to be sending... Do I really need to be sending sardines over here? Okay. Why don't we just build another sardine place here? And then... we'll get rid of that. And here, you load up... Oh no, not the wine. The grapes. And then at Neapolis, you just unload them all. Yeah, so we need to make more garum. I tend to think the US was just a project from the beginning. I don't know if we ever been sovereign since 1821. Highly questionable after the Brits burned the White House down. Yeah. You know, it's so funny you say when the Brits burned the White House down. My wife went to college in Canada, and her friends used to like kind of like jokingly tease her like, hey, you know, we burnt the White House down. And she would always get them back by being like, you guys didn't burn the White House down, the British burned the White House down. You guys were in Canada when the White House was burnt down. You were Britain. That would always get under their skin. The Mussolini situation felt like what America have in Trump. It's not because they can't, they are too afraid of either losing their power or don't want to admit their mistake. Yeah, I think you got a lot there. In Austria, we have a political tradition as well. No one can use Excel. Long story, but our Social Democratic Party paraded their new leader for 2 days until a journalist realized they counted wrong. That's freaking hilarious. Oh my god, I love it. Hey, Outer Signal, what's up? What's up? Sounds about right for Columbia. Yeah, right. I was like, oh boy, I'm about to begin at one pretentious place, huh? I don't know. I just feel like patriotism is just false hope at this point. Yeah, I know. Some people in our country kind of ruined patriotism. Now it's just reserved for international soccer. But a lot of eastern states were named by us in Britain. Yeah, this is true. It seems like a lot of our places were named after what are currently not that important of places, like New Jersey, New York, York. I mean, I get why they were named that way, but like, you know, maybe I just know places based on how good their soccer team is. Like, New York should have been like New Manchester, New Liverpool, New York. For example, I could drive to York. Oh, oh yeah, look at that. I should have kept reading. For example, I could drive to York and you were in New York. Yeah. Normally, the leader runs unopposed, so they had a row for yes and no. They just changed the header, but not the formulas behind it, and the end of the spreadsheet just said candidate X1. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I love it. I love it. That sounds like something the current administration in the US would do. Yeah, but back in the day, York was very important. Yeah, that's true, I guess. I mean, that must be why. York is a good place to visit for history. Lots of history in New York. Okay. Alright, good. At least there was a reason back then. British colonizers were pretty unimaginative. Yeah, I second New Manchester. Yeah, right? Everything was just like, knew this, knew that. Although, you know, you can't criticize only the Brits. I mean, let's remember, before New York was New York, it was just New Amsterdam. So the Dutch were doing it too. We need some more Libertas. So we'll start over here. So that'll give us some people here. Oh yeah, so now let's build a vintner. +2 income, +1 prestige. Damn, it would be nice if it was like right there. We'll just have to build it here like this. Alright, there we go. Well, that's not the worst. Our Vice Congress chairman embarrassed himself and can't do math in live national television. And now he's on his way to become, oh no, Supreme Court judge. Yikes. Oh, yikes. I should point out that Scripture says God appoints the kings, so I don't know if any election has ever had anything, was ever anything but an opinion poll. That's a good point. Yep, we're all doomed from the beginning with this whole election stuff. Technically, it was just named after the Duke of York, not even the physical place. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it was actually just named after people. I always think about that with, like, Pennsylvania. It's named after William Penn. Like, it sounds so epic with the Sylvania behind it, but I wonder why they didn't just call it New Penn. New Penn. It related to their benefits protest August 25. You blatantly can't do basic math. Oh no. But at the time, the Duke of York was much more powerful than they are now. Yeah. I should do a run of Crusader Kings as York. Alright, what else do we need to build for these guys? You know, we do need to start doing the aqueduct thing. An ox farm. Oh, so, okay, is this something that we have to do in Albion? Is it? Maybe? I don't know. How are these guys doing here?
Turn them out so fine.
Alright, we do need to make some tunics here. Also, I followed a journalist back then on Twitter, and he posted, well, you should watch the press conference on 1 p.m. No station carried it. It was just a live stream of our version of PBS. No one expected it. I watched it live at work and burst out in laughter when they announced it. Oh my god. Right? And like, this is who's running things. Technically the same for our elections too. Even if prime ministers win, they have to be invited by the king to form a government. Yeah, I always find that's one of those things too I find so fascinating. That whole thing that like back when Queen Elizabeth was around and like Tony Blair won, they were like, because I mentioned that one because I think that's the first time I'd heard about this. They're like, now Tony Blair is going to see Queen Elizabeth so she can formally ask him to be the prime minister. And I was like, what? But he won an election. Oh, we need like 3 more people. All right. Now we'll put 2 here. We'll put 1 person here. I think we should just dissolve all countries and come under one banner called Super Earth. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. What you're saying is you want to play some Stellaris. Probably why I'm so into CK3, covers so much of our cool history. Yeah, it's true, right? It's also why I love playing in England. Although, honestly, for that part, EU5, too. It's funny, because in Victoria 3, I never have any real desire to play as Great Britain. But Crusader Kings 3 and EU5, I find England to be so much fun because of all the history. Even though Victoria 3 is about the Industrial Revolution, and so much of that history is also started with England. Let's see, we'll put that farm out here. Oh, did I just cut that place off? No, it doesn't look like it. Oops. Ah, perfect. There we go. The basic math vice chairman guy report people that mocking him with a meme, only for people to double down, and the meme spread from 20 or goes to 1 million in the span of an hour. Oh, yeah, never fight the meme. Never fight the meme. Well, Americans freak out about the fact that they have to be invited to form a government by the king. Yeah, I know. I think that is something, as an American, you're like, what? Burn it to the ground. But like you said, it's just like, it's a tradition. And there is something kind of cool about that as a tradition. Just like in America, it's our tradition to be like, screw the king. Although that, I guess I don't know so much anymore, because we kind of seem to be embracing one at the moment. Alright, we'll put that there. Keep these guys close. Also, a few years back, half our government needed to resign after A backup of a WhatsApp group was found in the cloud of a higher political employee. Openly talked about corruption there. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just like, sometimes it's like the people screwing us over are so feeble, right? I think that's the thing that hurts so much sometimes. It's like the people that are running everything are just so feeble. What do we want to research here? Maybe a night watch. Now, why can't I get this? Oh. Oh, I see, yeah. Okay.
A fork in the river.
A passing waiter sees your toga, bright with the colors of Roman nobility, and throws himself at your feet. Alas, his well-meaning gesture causes mud from a nearby puddle to splash over your hems. You sigh. Speaking no Latin, he gestures frantically to the wares strapped to his ponies. Freshly woven reed shoes and tunics. They're yours for the taking if you wish. Do you accept his offering of apology? Sure, let's take the reed shoes.
It's your song, Lord of the Fenland.
Great, thank you, buddy. Then they always say, well, we never want that in America, but what they don't understand is that it's basically just ceremonial. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anybody who doesn't understand that it's just ceremonial, I think, doesn't quite get it. Like the queen or now the king can't actually be like, no, you don't get to be prime minister. But I think it's because in Victoria 3, Britain is already at its greatest point, whereas in CK3 and EU5, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're building up to that point. Like, it is... I just actually started up a new England run offline in EU5. And I've noticed, like, England is ranked, like, number 16. Like, that's crazy. Like, how could they be 16, even in the 1300s? So yeah, there's room to grow as England.
The two-faced god approaches.
Tarragon wants to claim an island. Oh, choose view island to jump to location. What are you trying to claim? Why is he always asking me for permission? But he won't trade with me. Sure.
What a boon by Cossus.
Alright, we are at the 2-hour mark here. So we gotta take a quick 90-second break and pay homage to the gods of ads. So, 90 seconds and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we're back. All right, let me catch up here. Yeah, Victoria 3 is literally named after the British Queen. How could you not like to play as England? I know. No, I think Jack made hit it right on the head there. Is that Britain is the #1 country, so there's no room to grow from there. I think that's mainly why. Though I do need to do a dedicated Great Britain run at some point in time. Although I'm kind of holding out now because I feel like we're going to get a Great Britain DLC this year. I feel dirty playing as Britain, so I get it. And I'm literally Heritage American Revolutionary War vets in my family. Yeah, there you go. That's true. I get it. Became a witch hunt that people target police houses and marking them as bounty to expose their social security number. Woo. I don't think America would be able to keep traditions like us without it being abused. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I guess we have some traditions, like, you know, discount mattresses on President's Day. Which matters as much as farts in the wind now. No one, literally no one, cares about Americans of the actual origin. Yeah. Yeah, this is true. And the whole, like, Daughters of the Revolution thing. Oh yeah, we were looking at this thing.
Something for you.
You can upgrade residences to follow... Oh yeah, the Roman culture, this whole thing. Yeah, I do know about this. Oh, I didn't realize we can do both cultures. Okay. Alright. Sounds good. To be fair, Secretary of Defense inviting a journalist into a signal group, yeah, where they discussed an attack on Yemen was crazy as well. That's actually the first thing I thought of when you had said that. I was gonna bring that up. I think I got distracted, but that's exactly what I thought of. Hegseth is a foreigner. His family wasn't here until 1980, but he pretends he's some OG American. Or 1880. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, the king or queen could reject the formation of a government, but it would trigger a constitutional crisis that could end the monarchy. So technically they can, but they won't. See, that's what I always wondered. I had a feeling about that. That technically the law is still on the books, but they know they can't really push it. I always wondered about that. I had a suspicion that that's the case. That's why Trump's anti-immigration stuff is such BS, just racism. Yeah, exactly. Like, Trump's mother was an immigrant from Scotland. So, 1880 is not OG American, but people there call them Italian when they once ate a pizza without a knife and a fork. Some things I just don't get. First of all, as a New Yorker, let me tell you, it is a sin to eat pizza with a knife and a fork. I don't judge people on many things, but if I see somebody eating pizza with a knife and a fork, I'm like, no.
May I remind you of a certain topic?
Yep. We can build in marshes. Got it. If they can, but they won't. It's called checks and balances. Yep. It's basically the history of a country that was founded on CEMC and citizenship. No one really knows what an American is at this point. Yeah. An American is anybody here, as far as I'm concerned. An American is anybody who is my neighbor. Well, actually, no. That's not true. There's a lot of people who are Americans who aren't my neighbors. Baron Trump is literally an anchor baby. I know, right? Say that to all the people going to watch that Melania movie. Oh, sorry, there isn't anybody going to watch that movie. All right, let's check in on what people have.
Now paint me with me atom.
We need a tavern up here. So we'll leave a space for a road. Now, what about...
The sanctuary is where I feel safest, where I can contemplate.
Alright. And now the fancy people. So it seems like we're still not getting... anyone... Oh, did we never... No, yeah. We should be getting grapes. Where's all the grapes? Why are they not transporting it? Commodia. Where's the Commodia? Alright, I guess it just hasn't come around yet. Nice to see that Europe managed to band together for Denmark. No Greenland for you, America. Thank God. I was very happy to see that. Heard Melania movie sold like literally one ticket in the whole of the UK opening weekend. I'm surprised it sold one in the UK. I saw that there were people on TikTok posting like they were going to like the like Fandango to look up the tickets to just see what the ticket map looked like, and just completely empty theaters. For me, it's crazy. Up until like 2018, it was my dream to at some point move to the US, but now I don't even think about it. I fear the current situation will do long-term damage to the US reputation. Yeah, I know. I think we're all kind of waiting to see what the next election is going to be like. Because I feel like he's going to try to not leave. And then, even if he does, exactly like, what's the lasting effects of this? There's no way. All of this has only been 1 year. So, we got 3 more years of this. Like, what's the lasting effects? I worry about that too. Agreed, no way I'm visiting the US till after Trump. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I don't blame you. I mean, why would somebody? Like, that's what I don't get about the people that support this, is like, this is called instability. Like, I don't know what else, I don't know how else to put that, but this is what you call being unstable, like as a country. Alright, so we need to put this guy here. There we go. Yeah, I was afraid of that. No warehouse in range. I just don't appreciate what he's doing to us in Europe. Acting like We don't and have never done anything for the US. Yeah, I don't get that. Like that's why I don't even know, is this what he truly believes, or is this just like his weird like manipulation of something? Like sometimes I can't tell. I feel like sometimes he might actually believe that, which is bizarre. It's so bizarre. I assume it was a joke, but I read that one cinema had one ticket sold, and it was a system engineer testing if the ticketing system works because no one thought that it would be empty. I believe it. I mean, honestly, like, even people who are Trump supporters, like, they're not going to go to the movie theater to watch a documentary about the First Lady. So that's what I like. That's what I don't get about this movie. Like, who is it for? His comments on Afghanistan were incredibly disgusting here in the UK. Yeah, like, I can imagine. I don't understand. You know, I guess the thing I just thought of is like, I guess that sentiment has always been there, maybe. Like, I remember the one time I visited the UK, when I visited London, I was by myself, so I was doing like a tour of it all on my own. And I was standing in line to visit the Tower of London. And there was actually an American standing in front of me. And it was this guy who was like talking to his girlfriend, wife, fiance, whoever she was. And somebody had mentioned something about like, oh, the crown jewels, and they're giving some tidbits of information about the stuff you're about to go see. And they're like, they said something about the crown jewels that were in there in reference to World War II. And he was like, oh, are they going to have something in there about how we bailed them out of WW2? I just wanted to like smack that guy in the back of the head. I wanted to be, I wanted to turn around to the other like British people around me and be like, that's just this guy. That's not all of us. But yeah, I guess there's that like not understanding the global relationship for a while. I planned to go last year, but canceled all plans in March when he made his first term look like the foreplay of the actual thing. Man, I mean, I remember, like, I said during his first term, I was like, if he wins a second term, it's going to be a lot worse. Because I said during his first term, this is him when he still needs to win re-election. I fear his second term. So I said this back then, and then he lost the election. I was like, whew. Not thinking, man, he's going to come back and get a non-consecutive second term. Alright, I'm going to start sending this boat out to see what else we can find. And while it does that, we'll return to Latium. Nearly 500 UK troops died in Afghanistan for America. Europe had some of the highest death rates per capita. Then he turns around and said, we might not help if America needed us. Yeah. Yeah, it's true, right? Like, yeah, that is a total slap in the face. Especially when your party created this international coalition not so long ago and got everybody into a war. Yeah. Trump is the first Jewish president, so there you go. Video footage of him admitting it in the Oval Office. Really? I haven't seen that. Frankly, he's a national disgrace. Yeah, he really is. He really is. And I thought George W. Bush would be the biggest disgrace. I didn't think we would see one worse than George W. Bush. And yet, here we are. Alright, what is the deal with Yeah, an ox farm cannot be produced in this province. I imagine it's referring to Latium, right? Like that, Latium is the Latium province. So it's saying these are in Albion. I haven't found them yet, though. Oh, it makes sense. I honestly wanted to go to the World Cup, but no way. Yeah, Go to the games in Canada or Mexico. Oh yeah, the World Cup is going to be fun. I know that something crazy will happen. I just don't know what. I have been thinking that for some time. Honestly, as much as I am not a big fan of FIFA and Infantino, I get why he's giving Trump like those awards and all that stuff, right? Like, he's like, I gotta make sure this guy doesn't mess up the World Cup for us, which is crazy to think, right? Because like, we've had World Cups in Russia, and he didn't have to do stuff like that for Putin. I think this like the FIFA Peace Prize and stuff is like so that Trump doesn't try to like block players from entering the country and stuff like that. To be fair, Ivanka convinced him, so I can understand why daughters are hard to say no as a dad. Yeah, but notice how, like... Yeah, she has not been part of this administration at all. She took a big step away, because that first term of his ruined her business. Melania movie, I think, was basically a $40 million bribe to Trump. Family from Bezos. Happy it's failing, but probably achieved what it was meant to. Oh yeah, it achieved exactly what it was meant to. And it was $75 million. It was a $75 million bribe. That's how much, what's his name? Bezos paid to make that movie. Bezos doesn't care how that movie does in a movie theater. He knows that thing ain't gonna make any money. And everyone here universally said that we would absolutely be here for America if America needed us. Just as we'd like America to be here for us if we needed America. Yeah. Well, I feel like that sentiment is still there. It's just not with this one guy. I mean, I don't know of any other American politician who's been like not a single one who's ever been like, we need to get out of NATO, we need to stop supporting European allies. That's what's so bizarre about Trump. It's that it's like a pony population. there's a non sequitur for you. Okay, so there's still some stuff we haven't discovered here. So we gotta find some ox. Netanyahu's proud to brag on how much he can tell Trump what to do. Yeah, he really can. Though to be fair, Netanyahu got his way with Biden as well. One of the main things I'll remember Biden for. I never thought I would say that in 2012, but I would give a lot for a Mitt Romney president right now. Presidency. Yeah. Agreed. I never thought I would pine for Mitt Romney. I still wouldn't want a Mitt Romney presidency, but I would take a Mitt Romney Republican Party. To be fair, that's true for every U.S. president. They follow Israel anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Like Biden did the same thing. Yeah, Infantino's got to keep the man baby happy. To call Melania vapid would do a disservice to the plumes of horrid vape smoke that linger around British teenagers. British review of the movie. Oh my god. Oh man. You just gotta love the British way with words. Alright, do I want to put a warehouse right here? We have these 2 mountain slots, so I think eventually, you know, we're kind of gonna need a warehouse here anyway. I'm gonna put a road up this way. I think we're just gonna put a warehouse here. Yeah, because this warehouse will eventually serve those 2 places too. So there we go. So now we can get the reeds. And now we can get the reed shoes. And we'll just keep it right over here. I'd like to think if Europe needed America and the administration said no, that the American public, Congress, and the Senate would put the pressure on. Well, I feel like there was a lot of pressure in the US to support Ukraine. And especially because it's like, that's a European ally. And of course that was before Trump got in there. I think God knew about Netanyahu. Oh, I don't know that, Zeke. I'll have to look that up. Trump's NATO-Europe approach makes sense when you look at it as aligned to Russia. Yeah. Yeah. Every time you talk about in-game actions you want to do, I'm always pulled out of my political discussion show and realize that I'm technically watching a gaming stream. You know, I love that. I take pride in that. We're in a Friday night political discussion with some gaming on the side here. I'm just trying not to be like, see, the problem with Trump is ponies. We got ponies on this island. Am I like... Ox would be a resource somewhere, right? Like, how have I not found... I found 2 islands with ponies. It's astonishingly accurate. If you think about it, Netanyahu is the biggest anti-Semite of all time, endangers Jews globally. They're in more danger than ever. Yeah, I mean... he definitely has not made things safer. Look at this. I want to build this, like, 2-wall thing here. Although, what's the point if there's a big gap right here? See, I wish I could build stuff like this. Instead of my... I think I'm too much... Where's my island? Where's my island? Yeah, here we go. So I think I'm too much of a New Yorker. I'm like, conserve space, put everybody on top of each other. Chattenham, honest question. How high would you put the chances of no midterm elections being held? I would say 10% at this point. It's too dangerous, all the cities as full on criminals, or at least no free and fair election. Okay, I'll say this. I think that honestly, I think there's a 0% chance of there not being a midterm election. I think that there is a very high possibility that he'll try to make voting incredibly difficult for people in blue cities by using his ICE goon squad, but there'll still be an election. I think the danger is at the end of his term, him pushing for a third term. I think there's a very, very high percentage of that, and I think that will break our system. Kind of like, you know, Jack mentioned before, like, if the king ever did try to be like, no, you don't get to be prime minister, and that would, like, break the monarchy. I think if Trump tries to push for a third term, that will break our system, and I honestly don't know which way it'll fall. But I think the midterm elections in the U.S.
Scouts have sighted new land.
I don't think he will actually try to stop the election from happening. I think he's going to make it very difficult for people to vote. Trump has a method. His policy is a mixture of the Monroe Doctrine, now for the Americas, combined with some protectionism and the Kissinger's Sino-Soviet split, now Sino-Russo split attempt. Yeah, what do you try to call it? The, like, Trump-Roe Doctrine? And everyone was like, no, no, we're not. That sounds stupid.
We advance.
I think we're gonna hang out in Albion here for a little bit.
Warehouse is full as a finch's nest.
Alright, well, let's pause you for a second. Fun fact, ICE gets a lot of consulting from a certain blue and white flag country. That's what I've heard. Guatemala. Yeah. Now he's doing that very aggressively and loose. Yeah. You're right. Donna Beebe with the profile. Yeah. Isn't that allowed, though? I don't know the system very well, but there wasn't a president... But there wasn't a president that was elected 4 times. No, there was a president that was elected 3 times, FDR. FDR served 3 terms because before him, the idea was nobody should have more than 2 terms, but it was just a precedent. Because George Washington never served more than 2. But before FDR, it was just a precedent. FDR served 3 terms, and then after he did that, Congress made it an actual law that you can't serve more than 2 terms. So now it is an actual law. And I know exactly what he's going to try to say. He's going to try to say, no, you can't serve 2 consecutive terms, so I can still serve another term. But the law doesn't say that. But that's what they're going to try to do. You can just, like, mark my words right now on January 30th, 2026. At the end of his 4 years, he's going to try to be like, oh, but no, the law says you can't serve more than 2 consecutive terms, and I haven't served 2 consecutive terms, so I can have another term. And there's going to be a big constitutional crisis about it. And I fear that the Democrats are going to put up a show, but in the end just fold on it. And that's my fear. I think I agree with you. If Trump can get away with calling a state of emergency or postponing, he would, yeah. FDR did run, for a 4th term as a third-party candidate, but he lost. He ran for a 4th one? That's interesting. Because I know after he served that 3rd term, that's when they made it a law. That now you can't have more than 2. I don't know. Is there... Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Maybe I need to get...
Don't be going to market for a friendly horse.
the next type of citizen. So Romano-Celtic or Celtic or Celtic. They boost knowledge, they boost belief. But I can make two different cultures in the island, so let's choose the Roman one.
Why not?
So we get this.
No paradise, but pleasant enough. I want the people here to take care of each other.
You welcome all to your kingdom, no matter their customs. In this, we are alike.
Alright, thanks, little buddy. Yeah, Netanyahu's one of the most visibly insane people with authority in the world. He's literally speaking to an empty UN chamber and calling himself a victim, yeah.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Yeah, agreed. Not a fan of him. I don't think Dems would fold on that. No way, right? I mean, there's a lot that I thought they would never fold on, and they have. The fact that they haven't put up any resistance to, like, clear abuse of power makes me not trust that they would put up much of a fight there. Unless there's some new kind of leadership or someone new that comes along for the Democratic Party that will start to put up a fight, I don't know. Alright, let's check back over to Latium. Actually, you know what we should do too? I haven't saved it forever. Okay, let's check in here. I was there 2 years ago and everybody walked out of the UN for his speech. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, speaking of diplomatic relations, no, not this. Can we finally get some trade going? Oh my god.
Can rule.
We are so close. Let's give this guy a gift.
That'll help to top out my retirement fund.
Alright, request a trade treaty.
I welcome it, in fact.
Alright, finally.
A governor can tell friend from foe by using diplomacy.
Yeah, great. Thanks, buddy. Alright, what can we sell to this guy? What does he want here? Sardines and sandals. That's all this guy wants are sardines and sandals? You know, we can trade with him in the other province too, actually. Well, how much do we have of that stuff? How many sandals do we have here? Yeah, of course. Those I got a trade agreement, and he wants things that I don't have. Alright, so we can sell some of the sardines
Our
here.
scouts have sighted new land.
Neptune's finest!
Alright, well, let's create a trade route. What's the name of this ship? The Lavinia. Let's do that. You start here. Load up some of these guys. We'll sell 10 at a time. What does he offer? Yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. Alright, small little trade, but it'll give us some money. Let's go back over to Albion and see what we can trade with him there. They did again a few months ago. He still farted out of his mouth to no one in particular. I never saw this game before. How it compares with Victoria 3. It's harder? No, definitely not harder. I like to describe this game as like the cozy game. There's like cozy games. This is the cozy version of Grand Strategy. Which is to say, it's a difficult game. I mean, there's some very intricate production chains you have to create. And as you can see, you have to, like, send goods between islands, between provinces. So it's a very difficult game, but not anywhere near what Victoria 3 is. Also, this is more of like a city builder, or Victoria 3 is more of like a historical simulation. This one isn't really trying to fully simulate history. We're not even really in Rome. It's like Rome-esque, but still a lot of fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. FDR was elected 4 times, 32, 36, 1940 and 1944, but he died months into his 4th term. And in April 45, was succeeded by Truman as VP for 4 months. Yeah, I remember he died in office. Wait. Hold on. Now, I want to look that up. Because that's crazy. I didn't realize. Wow. I didn't realize he actually served 4 terms. I thought he died shortly into a 3rd term. That's nuts. Yeah. So yeah, even more reason why they were like, yeah, that's it. You can only have 2 terms. But some other president ran as a third-party candidate after serving 2 terms. Yeah, wasn't that like... I feel like it's somebody that I'm always like, oh, that person? It was like Grover Cleveland or something like that. Or no. Theodore Roosevelt, I thought, won as a third party, maybe. No. Oh, wait. Oh, I should keep reading. Oh, it was Theodore Roosevelt who won. Yeah. 1900 and then 1904. And then he ran as a candidate for Progressive Party in 1912. FDR tried, I'll give him that. People were literally starving in the Depression. The banks were literally murdering us, yeah. And, I mean, then we had, World War II going on. Oh, hey, Jabba, what's up, Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Welcome. We're solving the problems of the world here. Oh yeah, that's right. So we wanted to look at this. Are you kidding me? In Albion, you're also only requesting that stuff? Nothing specific to this place? Is the pony the Ock? Because there seems to be a lot of ponies. I can't seem to find... Can't seem to find what this good is. Theodore Roosevelt even finished second in the Electoral College. Woodrow Wilson, 435. Theodore Roosevelt, 88. Taft, 8. Well, you never stop learning. Yeah, and didn't he become... He became president because the president died, right? I feel like I remember from like my history class back in high school something along the lines of like he was very popular, they needed to give him a position, they didn't want to give him any power, so the only position there really is like that is vice president. And it's like you're second in line, but you actually also, as a vice president, you really don't have any power. There's nothing you do. So they're like, we'll put him there. He'll have no power. And then, of course, the president died. But maybe, I feel like that was Theodore Roosevelt, but maybe not. Yeah, look, here we go. Ox. Where? I can't seem to find this anywhere. You know what? We will sell some of this, but always keep 25 here. And also sell these guys, but also keep 25. People who enlisted in World War II in America were just trying to escape how bad the Depression was. Yeah, I get why Powell is kind of scapegoated, but the Fed Reserve is responsible for so much. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Powell is being scapegoated, but I think everybody, like, who knows even a little bit about what's going on knows that it's not him. Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt became president in September 1901 after William McKinley died in office 9 months into his second term. Yes. So I did remember right from class, yeah. And so at the time, the party was like, he's very popular, so we can make him the vice president, but they didn't actually like him. And so they didn't want to give him any, like, actual cabinet positions or anything like that. So they were like, he can be the vice president. You know, let me see. Is there that same image for ponies? Alright, I'm gonna take my ship. And I'm just gonna take one of these pony places. Take one of these Pink Pony Club islands here. You got barley, resin, seashell, granite. The beaver population and tin. Alright, let's take this one. So, give me my ship. Sail over here. We're gonna take one of those. Maybe that's what the pony thing is supposed to be. I doubt it, but why not? Ugh, I gotta work, and today is gonna be a bad day, but I get an extra free day. Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks, my friend. That sucks when you know you're walking into a bad work day. It's one thing if you go into work and then it just, like, kind of becomes bad. It sucks when you're walking, when you know it's gonna be bad. It's just like a death march to work. I'm sorry. You kind of screwed up on the pandemic, in my opinion. I think you overestimated the economy. Took too long to realize that. Hence the double-digit inflation USA got. Oh, do you mean Jerome Powell? Well, I see this moment of self-realization as a sign to go to sleep. When I start becoming a deep thinker, my mental is gone enough to just go to bed. I hear you on that one. I'm probably not too far off from you as well. Always good to hang out with you, my friend. Thanks for the insights tonight. Now, to his credit, he learned from this, and not to cut too fast this time. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe he learned a little bit from the pandemic there. Did my second to last message not come through? No, I see the last one from you, the one about Theodore Roosevelt became president September 1901. And then the next one is, well, I see this moment of self-realization. Maybe something didn't go through there.
There are signs of public unrest.
What? Where? Oh, in Neapolis. Oh my god. I don't have that island.
There's a workforce in one of your cities.
Oh, why am I reading Wikipedia articles about US presidents from 100 years ago at 5 a.m. as a European? Do I have nothing better to do? No, I have not. Oh, okay, yeah, now that makes sense. So you have that moment of self-realization. Oh man, I always do that. Well, not always, but I do that a lot before I go to bed. Fall down some weird, like, Wikipedia hole, and only just weird because of how random it is. Like some weird topic just like takes hold, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to read about this now. All right, we need more plebes. Oh, we don't have a marketplace over here. Would have been good to put a marketplace over here. Oh, but this looks so nice. We're gonna have to move things out of the way. Now it worked. Well, another sign to log off. Have a nice stream. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Always good to chat with you. I'll see you next week. Well, we'll come back to this. I really want to find out if that pony thing is what those ox are.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Yeah, I heard you, buddy. Alright, where's my boat? Alright. So you come over here. Set up shop on the beach. Oh yeah, look. These look like... Okay. So I think... why would it show up as ponies? Alright.
Why, your glory almost equals my own.
Yeah. We'll fix the patron gods in a moment. Now... Yeah, how do I even get the ponies? Alright, let's bring... Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of logging stuff. So you go back over here.
There's good eating on cockles, and not just for crabs.
So cockles and eels. We'll load the ship up with everything we need. Ooh, research. Coal-dependent buildings. Buildings that consume fuel can run for longer on the same amount of fuel. Okay, we'll do that. Imperial parades. Armor smithing. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah. So, is there wood that will make... Alright, you get over there. We're almost there. All right, good. There we are. So, load up about 40 of that. About 20 of that, 20 of that. Excellent. And now, head over to... Oh man, I mean, I don't remember what the name of my island is. What's this island? Okay, so it must be that one. So you head over there. I really want to find out about these ox here. I don't feel like dealing with the turmoil in the other island right now. They can fend for themselves. I suppose then I gotta figure out how to transport these things. Oh yeah, I guess it would be like this. Oh, new trader. No, get rid of that. Yeah, see, in Anno 1800, you needed, like, a special ship. Like a heftier ship to travel between the two locations. I guess that's not the case here. Alright. Put all this stuff there. Put a little thing there. Let's give a... Wait, what's this? Oh, I can't build a house there? Okay. Alright. So how do I do this? So if I go back to Latium,
Workforce in one of your cities.
an ox farm. Now, the unrest. Why is everybody so damn upset?
You're You're taking a straw, man.
Building is abandoned. Why though? Are like goods? Yeah, I guess they're missing goods. Alright, we're gonna have to... Sorry guys, gotta get rid of that stuff. Let's build a marketplace right here. Everybody can just chill the hell out.
Having walls got my name on it. I practiced.
Now, do we have like a shortage of these tunics and stuff? Yeah, we got no tunics here. We got no sandals. I forget, are we like moving these goods around? No. So we just need to make more. So we need hemp for this. Oh no, they want the hats. They want the silly hats. We are moving the hats around. Alright, so let's stop doing that. Oh, we're moving all of it around. Alright. So let's stop doing that. So actually, we'll leave it like that. That might actually solve our problem. It does mean, though, the other island is not going to have a supply of it. But honestly, I should just start building all that stuff here. Alright. But that might be next week's thing to do. I think we've got to a good stopping point for tonight. We had some pretty good work tonight. Oh. Oh no, Jack. You did a take a drink like 2 hours ago. I'm so bad. I'm so bad at that. Well, here we go. Here it is. I'm so bad at staying on top of that stuff. But there you go, I got it in the end. Hope I didn't miss anything else. Nope, okay. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. We had some good chat, good convos tonight. I appreciate it. And we did some good work in this tonight. So we'll continue this some more next week, since we just got to Albion and haven't really fully explored it all yet. But thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. Oh, let me make sure Twitch isn't going to an ad or anything. There we go. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. That's it for me this week. But I'll be back next week for I believe it should be a full scheduled week. So the next time I'll be on will be on Tuesday. Tuesday morning for our regular Victoria 3 session. Yeah, Jabba, thank you. You have a good one too. Good luck with your work day. Sounds like it's gonna be one. So, good luck, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, and that'll be it for me. As always, everybody, be awesome, and I'll see you next time.